Welcome everyone, it's Unstoppable Stiletsy, and it's been a while, but there has actually been another Age of Empires 3 Wars of Liberty patch related to the Great War Age. The patch is 1.1.1c. Yep. Unfortunately, I don't think they added any new text to this one, but they did do a lot of bug fixing. They did do some optimization stuff for Great War Age, like making the buildings a lot smaller, I think mainly to reduce lag and sync rates, as well as possibly even to allow you to fit even more of them under the supply depot as well, because it felt like for each supply depot you constructed, you can only fit a number of Great War Age buildings under it, which made it sort of a very wood expensive thing. And obviously for maps like this one, Thar Desert, if you don't have any trees on it, or a lot of trees because it's a desert, then yeah, you're gonna have some problems trying to actually use the feature a whole lot. And they also, I think, did something that was pretty big. Number one, they sort of nerfed the anti-aircraft defense sort of system of the game, making fighters a little bit weaker, as well as the anti-aircraft guns, so they shoot a bit slower now, which I think is really good for people looking to use bombers and zeppelins, because it felt like for the longest time, you basically would be outright denied from reaching a spot just because somebody got one or two of them down because of how quick they would shoot, basically. Now you can at least have a shot at actually reaching something and targeting something. And lastly, the other thing that they did, which is going to make a huge difference, is they nerfed the soldier a bit, the initial damage, but they ended up buffing the armor and the hit points of both the tank and the armored car. Because if you recall from a lot of the Great War Age uploads I've done, it seems like the soldier kind of melts everything, thanks to that anti-tank gun technology that gives them a multiplier against artillery, which unfortunately armored cars and tanks fall into. So that was kind of an issue, that soldiers were dominating the battlefield and things that should have been doing quite well on their own, like the tanks and the armored cars, were just getting melted by them. So that's fixed now, and those might actually be some viable tools you can use here. So without further ado, I wanted to try it out for myself, and also see if they actually fix some of the more UI related things they were talking about here. And we'll start off with the Dutch here, because they said they fixed something with them. Let's see if they actually did fix it, or it's, a fever dream. Yeah, we'll try our best. Best is all you can do. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is a whole lot of love and speed always wins. And yes, it always does win. Because when you play Great War Age, you will always win. Or at least most of the time win. Start getting some trucks out. I want to see how big these buildings are now. I think the field barracks is the same. It's the assembly line, the airfield, and the bunker that they actually reduced the size of, but we'll see. So this is the size of the field barracks, about the same. So yeah, look at this assembly line. This is a lot smaller and a lot easier to fit, mind you. You're going to be able to put a lot more of these under one of these supply depots now, which is pretty huge, They also reduced the size of the oil well, I believe, right? So yeah, it's not that huge anymore, You can put it way back here. You can put like another one somewhat over here, I think would be fine. Yep, right over here. Yep.
Commando?
Can you put any over in this side? Nope. We're near to anything. Alright, it's fine. I guess they said this technology for the tanks and the armored cars is actually fixed. Sound ranging. Because see how they have like a range of like 26 and 20 for their regular range attacks here? This was supposed to give them like +2 range, basically. And yep, now it actually affects the range, which is actually pretty good, because this, by fixing this bug, this is also another indirect buff to tanks and armored cars then, because they'll actually be able to shoot the soldiers before the soldiers, reach them, basically. Yeah. And is it me, or do these oil wells produce a lot more oil now? Yeah, it looks like they're actually producing oil, because I remember before, I think you'd see like a little bit of smoke at the top of it, but you really wouldn't know if the oil rig actually hit oil. Looks like now they're actually hitting oil, which is pretty cool, you know, that effect basically. And look at this army of Portuguese units. Yeah, let's just try to beat them with a bunch of tanks and armored cars and see how good they are now. Because, mind you, these will now have 60% armor values on the tanks and now 50% armor values on the armored cars. Yeah, they can, you know, they can wipe out a lot of stuff basically here. Yeah. Pretty good, actually. I mean, look, these machine guns are actually doing fairly well here, so we'll just keep making those. Because before, these armored cars and so forth didn't have a lot of HP in these tanks. So yeah, they could even be sometimes potentially destroyed by these regular units. So you obviously still want to watch out for artillery, since of course artillery uses crush attack rather, so it does indeed ignore the armor values of tanks and armored cars. But for like the infantry and cavalry, they really shouldn't be busting through your tanks and armored cars that easily, especially for the Imperial Age units, you know. And we can actually try to get some of these techs as well, because as you know, these technologies will probably have an increased effect now since the base stats of the tank and the armored car have gone up. So let's try it. Let's try stainless steel as well as peace through strength. I just want to see how tanky these tanks can actually get. Get it? Tankiness? Yeah. Get this. Let's get the caterpillar track and the counter battery fire. Yep, so, yep. These get a lot of HP now. The armored cars go up to about 2.1k HP, and the tanks go up to about 3.1k HP. So, looking pretty good, honestly. I will say that. And apparently they fixed the card that lets the soldiers go stealthy, I guess. So, I guess we could try that out and see if that works. La Dame Blanche. Soldiers can go stealthy. So let's try it. No, they did not fix this. I think Maston even admitted that he tried to fix it the third time, and they still don't have it in their tactics yet, which is really messed up. When are they going to fix this thing? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like these tanks and armored cars can hold their own now, finally, which is great, you know? Yeah, quite good. I think even if they add in World War I units, they'll still be able to do fairly well there, honestly. Which is great, actually. Very phenomenal. I'll go get some more houses now. I got some bills here, right? Yeah, let's get some more of these houses going. That, and that, and that. Because it felt like before the tanks and the armored cars were very underwhelming, but it seems like now they can kind of hold their own against an army of stuff. I mean, they're starting to die a bit now, but that's probably due to attrition. Just being the same units I've had since the start. Yeah, but we can happily add in more, right? What's wrong with that? See how these things do. Because in general, the tanks are the stronger unit with the better ability to deal with artillery, but the armored cars are more massable because they end up costing less pop, right? Armored cars a 3-pop unit, whereas the tank is a 5-pop unit, so, you know, you can almost fit in about 2 armored cars for every tank that you got. Obviously, if you're playing the United States and you're going with General Electric, you're going to be able to mass up armored cars with only like 2 population space, you know, the same pop rate of like Dragoon, which is insane, and then the tanks will only be a 4-pop unit, you know. So a lot pop cheaper than I think even the Falcons are. So that's pretty good, actually. Yeah. And you know what we could also try doing as well is we could try to run some aircraft here and see. Oh yeah, look at how they reduced the airfield as well. It's a lot smaller now, so you can actually fit it under your supply depot now. And let's see how they did the bunker as well. So the bunker, you know, looks a bit smaller. good proportional size of what it should be. And get these. See how these fighters look now. So, fighters, yep, they're definitely weaker now. So, yeah, bombers, you're finally safe to do your bombing tasks. They'll get completely sniped out of the sky now. I mean, they're still effective, but yeah. How fast do these shoot now, these aircrafts? Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm able to fly around here for a good amount of time, it looks like, you know? Which is great, you know? I mean, it doesn't feel like I'm gonna get knocked out of the sky instantly now. And I mean, I could try running some bombers here to see how well those do. As well as the Zeppelin, and see how long they survive under the fire of those AA guns. And the villagers are fighting an armored car for some reason. This looks like Tiananmen Square, just about. Just a little bit, you know? Just a little bit. Yeah, let's try bombing something over here on the side and see how long these things can actually survive over here. If he has any AA guns, that is. I'm assuming he does, because it's a bot and bots build a lot of stuff. Doesn't look like he built any more of those AA guns though, so unfortunately we don't get to see that, which is totally fine, but just be rest assured that these bombers will get to do a lot more of their job now without getting completely cooked by just a handful of AA guns now. They're gonna actually have to build a pretty large mass of them now to get the job done, which, you know, I think is pretty fair to ask for. I'm just trying to see if we can win this out, just going full tank and armored car, with the exception of those aircraft I made. I do note that these tanks last a whole lot longer now, with like 60% armor, because put that into perspective, basically these tanks kind of absorb more than half the damage that's done by cavalry and infantry. You know, it's, in fact, things like this tank over here, which is going to be the biggest threat to you, obviously. And it looks like they do research the technologies as well, because I noticed the counter battery effect on it, like the anti-artillery multiplier that gets added to it when you get that technology there. Yep. Bombers, yeah, doesn't look like he's making AA guns at all. As I can see, these things are still in pretty good, healthy shape. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's doing its job, which is great, you know. It's getting the job done, which is the most important part, I think. Yeah, I mean, look, just get some more tanks, some more armored cars, and just see how far you can go. How's the rate of fire on the bombers? Like, how long does it actually take them to shell through a base? Where's my Zeppelin, by the way? I'd like to maybe move that forward. Let's add that to the mix. Yeah, I'll do that. Now sort of making falconets out of desperation, because it kind of needs them at this point. Overall, they go down pretty quickly once you get them going. Get some more. There we go. Yeah, I mean, hey, they're holding the line, which is the most important part. Like, this is a lot of units they're able to basically soak up. I'm imagining in Great War Age it wouldn't be as tanky because, well, the anti-tank guns on the soldiers would still be pretty effective. They just wouldn't be as OP anymore, so you wouldn't see your stuff getting eliminated as quickly, just about. But I imagine what you could do, which we could try here maybe. Let's try adding in shrapnel shells and maybe get some. We could get those too, but I was thinking more like field guns. Maybe get like 4 of them and just stick them forward and see how they do. Yeah, just let the tanks tank the damage, get it, and then put the armored car, the field guns in the back and see how much we can blast through their defenses with. Just about, yeah. Looks like the bombers are doing their job. It's just taking an extraordinary amount of time. Yeah, just an extraordinary amount of time to do. Let's fire these now. See what happens if we just keep supplying tanks to it. Oh, they're busting the lines, which is great, you know. Yeah, just about. These even get multipliers against cav, mind you, so yeah, feel free to put these field guns against an army of cav as well. They'll bust right through them. Yep, just about. Look at that. Look at that glorious attack. Yeah. Why are these ones not shooting though? That's kind of weird. Yeah, there now. Here we go. All right. Why are they not shooting? There you go. All right. Now they're doing their job. Doing what they get paid to do. Yeah. Well, they didn't really get paid. They kind of conscripted, but you know they're still gonna try the hardest anyways to get home. See wife and kid. Yep. Yeah, it makes a huge difference actually when you use the field guns because I think it blasts through a lot more stuff and putting stuff in the back a lot easier. Oh, geez, look at all these units just get roasted. And I imagine if you have like the Zeppelin as well, one thing you can do is you can probably like put it like right here. You know, right in the spot where the tanks are and just do a surprise like that and just wipe everything out like that. Yep, basically. Yeah, just like that. There you go. So the tanks don't take any damage, is that right? Oh, it looks like they do take. I believe they're taking damage from it. Yeah, they should theoretically take damage from something like that. I think. I'll get some more field guns and mix them in with the tanks and just see how they do here. Yeah, this mustard gas is doing a great job at just cleaning house with a lot of these units. I'll try to shoot that. Oh, good. If I don't want to get into that mustard gas too much, or else I'm going to have to, you know, print some more money, as they say, as in the cheat code. Alright, well, somehow gaining strength over me. Oh, because these guys are not doing their job. Alright, well, do your job then. They don't break through anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. Yeah, we can do it. There we go. Yeah, I feel like eventually you just overpower them with this big massive stuff just about. Yeah. What are the bombers doing? Like, the bombers just not doing anything? Where are the planes, actually? Where are the planes at? Oh, they're over here. Alright. Like the shadows wondering, are the planes still alive, man? Yeah, the planes are still alive. That's good. Still doing plane stuff. In plain sight. Plain sight planes. Keeps trying to build that nave site. I'm like, no, you're not getting no nave site. You're not getting any more units than you already got. It's hard enough as it is with like 200 pop, but you're not getting any more units. It's actually sending villagers over there. Probably too much population that they can feed, so they're like, yeah, go in front of the, you know, the big scary things with machine guns on them. See how long you last. Yeah. Alright, I think now we might actually be able to fully press into them. It's all about taking out the production buildings, I think. You know what I mean? So you just have to blast through their stuff here. Yeah, just about. Like, you need to reach the stables, I believe, in the back of the base, and start blasting all the stables. Just for some reason, I think it's because these units got like an artillery tag or something. The bot thinks, oh yeah, I should totally just make I should totally just spam Hussars am, which is kind of one of the worst things to go up against a tank with, honestly, because the tanks have like 60% hack armor, so that's really not like the tanks. This is a good solution to the tank bomb, but you definitely don't want to be spamming hand cav am. It's just not going to work very well, you know. All things considered. Yep. Now the bot seems to know what he's doing, just spamming tanks am, which, you know, I would probably do. So the bot has a bit of IQ score, I guess. It's always good. Now it goes back to spamming the stables. Yep. Let me get the... Ooh. Get that truck. I don't want any more production here. And then we can try to push into this way. It does take a bit of effort, honestly, to push. And you know what we might have to do soon is we actually have to try to get some trucks up here and try to push the line, which is something I'm not doing, that you probably need to do in like a real Great Warrior situation. So let's try that. Let me get... For some reason these armored cars did not go over there yet, so we should probably send them that way too. Alright, let's try that. Got a pretty good fleet of trucks, and a lot of more, or love of Bonita. Alright. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's put the base right over here. Plain sight. We'll put some bunkers up too. Why don't you? Yeah. Yeah, stupid villagers keep walking on top of my sites there. Yeah, and then we just put the stuff over here. Yeah, see now what happens is now you got a bit of a defensive line, and then you can push out from here. So it's a lot less, you know, resupply time, and then you can actually push on this base pretty effectively. And then you can get the support of the bunkers, actually providing some range support to cut into the cav as well, which is great. Now let's go after this if possible. I'm going to try to take out this tank first. Start breaking through here. Get some field guns. Try to push the line here a bit. Try to get that supply depot out too, so we can't resupply. Because it's, well, a supply depot, so it supplies stuff. Yeah. Go after that tank as well. No, not tank, but factory. Yep. Get some tanks here. Get some more weapons here. There we go. Alright, so now we're starting to actually push here because I moved the base up. That's kind of a bit of advice for you when you're playing Great Warrior. Don't just have your army back at your like town center. You do actually need to push forward with supply depots and actually push forward, because if you don't, the time it takes for your units to get there and to micromanage them to get there is basically going to lead to an advantage for the enemy. But if you move it up a bit more, like up to this front line here, and you can hold that, you know, obviously units aren't going to train as fast in the real world situation, because I am using cheats to train the stuff quickly here, but in that situation you do actually want to make sure that you're pushing forward with your armies basically and trying to drive into them, just about taking out houses, production buildings, anything like that. Anything you can take out with these tanks and field guns is probably going to help you push forward. You can even use mortars as well, like actual howitzers from your artillery foundry. That's something we see a lot of the Juanitos actually use, is actual mortars. They're a very low-tech and cheap option that doesn't cost any oil, and you can stick them right behind a line of tanks and soldiers, and they actually can do pretty well at just pushing the line ahead. Just about, yeah. Yep, so when in doubt, you don't have any oil, you know, you only have a number of oil rigs on the map, you could just make some mortars to do the siege and let the soldiers do all the main fighting just about, yeah. I guess the good thing is how is he blasting through this? What is he doing? How did he get through the supply depot? Oh, he's got a field gun here. Sneaking it over there. Okay, I didn't even see that. I'm gonna get a tank. Why does it seem like they're a lot more strong? No, you're going down. You're toast. You're done. You're not doing that no more. Alright, it's still alive. Oh, there we go. Alright, so no more of that. Good. Very good for that. And now we're just gonna make some more tankies here. Just keep pushing. I'm gonna move up to the town center because I do not want him making more stuff. That would be really, really good for me if he stopped making stuff. You're not putting no tower underneath me like that. You understand, sir? You're not doing that. Absolutely not. Unacceptable. Took me long enough to get this far in your base. You're not gonna push me up by literally tower rushing me. You have raised my town center, you filthy swine. Yes, I am. I am a very filthy little linker here, and I'm gonna push my way in. Simple as that. Yep, at this point, the bot doesn't know where to go because the base is completely ravaged. Any villains up here we need to eliminate or deal with? I think it's just a matter of the villagers coming home to die at this point. Because unfortunately the AI does do that. The AI doesn't think like, hey, I probably shouldn't go home because the enemy's in my base. No, they just keep running in there trying to rebuild stuff. While they're rebuilding stuff, there's a big tank there literally preventing them from doing that. Yeah, I think we just have to clean up these hussars at this point, and that should be done. Get that shot. Oh yeah, one more thing I guess we could probably go over and try. I guess they actually nerfed the Flammenwerfers, and I believe they reduced their multipliers a bit. Yeah, I think they nerfed them a little bit, if I recall. Let me actually look that up right now in Chrome. Let me see. What did they do with the Flammenwerfer exactly?
So I must resign.
I'll look that up right now. No, don't resign yet. I just want to make some more stuff. So this is what they did to the Flammenwerfer. If I scroll down a bit. Let me see here. Weird scroll bar isn't working. Let me see. So Flammenwerfer have positive multipliers. What do they mean positive multipliers? I don't see any positive multipliers here, lad. None. Absolutely none. It never had positive multipliers. Only has the malice against assault. Yeah, so what multipliers are they talking about exactly? I don't know. I don't know where they're getting this stuff from, actually. There's no way to buff these guys up with multipliers. Imagine these things with multipliers. That's like cheating, basically. That's actual cheating. Giving these things multipliers. Oh, that's actual hacking. Like, you know, report them to EA and get banned. You give these guys multipliers. I mean, these things have like a continuous attack with like area of effect. You really don't want to give these guys that type of advantage, really. You know. And I guess we could probably finish this off with whatever we got here, so we'll just do that real quickly. There we go. It's on fire. There we go. Yeah. So let's get the spies at this point. He's still making stuff. Yeah, just give me spies. I want to see where he's massing up at this point. Yeah, see, he's massing right on top of my stuff here, which I did not expect him to do. That's very high IQ for an AI. Oh yeah, he's actually attacking me. He's actually going after me, which I'm really surprised he's able to pull off here. Nah, we're just gonna tank it with a bunch of tanks, get it, and yeah, that'll be done. I just want to make sure we eliminate any leftover villies. You know, that's job number one, probably. And I can make a few more flamethrowers at this point. These guys are not assaults, so Flaming Morphers will just cook them into Chinese food. You know, or who else eats horse other than the Chinese? I think it's the French or something. The French, or I forget what country eats a lot of horse meat. I think we eat a lot of horse meat in America, but they just don't tell us. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, which they tell us that they're giving us horse meat. Tastes a little bit rough and a little bit gamey. You wonder why. Yeah. This is actually not a bad combination. You tank with the tanks and then you put the flamethrowers behind it. You really... Wait a minute. You're talking with using the wrong pronouns. You should be talking about yourself. That's exactly right. You should be talking about yourself, not me. I'm doing great right now. What are you doing is the question. Is that a villager? No, that's a hussar. Yeah, I'm just gonna cook him. Let's try cooking him with one. See what happens. Yeah, let's cook him. Let's try cooking him with just this. There we go. Cook. Now he just offs himself. Oh jeez, with the bunker. Yeah. There you go. He didn't want to die an horrible death in front of the roasting things, so he just went in front of the bunker, and they took care of him. Alright. Just for human rights reasons, let's look at how many casualties there were. 2,590. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. 184 buildings destroyed. Even worse than the hurricane went through Florida. Yeah, just about. Yep. Would you rather go through that hurricane, or would you rather go through a spam of tanks? I don't know. It's not looking very good for the hurricane. The tanks definitely seem to be doing a lot of damage here. And there's one more thing I actually want to look at here, if you don't mind. I want to look at the native UIs and see if they are indeed fixed. If you weren't aware before, for the natives, they had this weird bug where their special tech would just disappear and everything was on the wrong row in the supply depot. We'll see if it actually is fixed now. If it's not, somebody's gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry, but somebody that likes playing the Incas, aka Varingo, is gonna cry a lot and be muy triste with the team. Muy triste. Yeah. So I don't know. We could do Incas, I guess, for this. It'd probably be a pretty appropriate one. Try. Where's my Inca home city? Cusco. Yeah. And what can we do now? We can let me see. What map do we want to do? I'll do Hudson Bay. You saw Hudson Bay. Hudson Bay should actually be a pretty fair map to do, I think. Yeah, because I want to have good natives on this map, I believe. Because if I recall, isn't there technology built around native warriors? I thought. I might already be forgetting, but we'll try it. Alright, we'll do this one now. Just get these trucks going. Truck. Houses here too. Alright, so let's try this supply depot and see what we need for all this stuff here. So it looks like the tech is here finally. That's good. But does it stay? Does it stay? Because if it disappears, then yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem there. Yep. Just give it a bit of time to mess up or whatever. Yeah. Get this. Yep. Looks like the tech is staying. Native warriors are stronger. Yep. So I was right about that. So let's just, build some native warriors, I guess. Wouldn't that be a good idea? Let's build some actual native warriors. Do we have a deck that has... Oh, yeah, the boa. The scary Andean ladies that throws slings at enemies, yeah. Like these ones, yeah. just make more of these. Creep trackers. Tracking ability is unmatched, except by the Aboriginal trackers, of course. Let's add this and see how good they are. Oh yeah, definitely a lot stronger there. And now we're just going to add in a bunch of tanks and just tank the damage. Yep. Surprise! Surprise! Wasn't expecting that one, huh? No, I don't think so. I get rid of that rocket though. I don't like that rocket being there. I don't like. Yep. Yeah. See, little rocket man there is basically gonna ruin that whole thing. But big difference now is basically I got natives to spam in as well, and then I can add in the Wendat or the Huron manlets as well, which is another good spamming piece to the whole recipe. Yeah. And let me add in the field barracks so I can get some snipers, you know. That's the one thing we didn't have in the last match because only the Native American civs get them is snipers. Let's get snipies. Snipey. Let's go. Let's get a bunch of snipies. I don't think we want a whole lot of snipies, but just enough to, you know, add a bit of support in the back. Now we got some more gnats, and we will add those in right now. Here we go. Get this. Get even more of these. Yeah, we're like totally melting them because this bot's just spamming red coat. At least the Portuguese one had HP on their side. Go with Hussars. Now the red coats are just not even, barely even doing anything. Should just be spamming the Scots Greys, honestly, because tanks have an assault tag. Thus, the Scots Greys would actually do some lasting damage. Or at least a little bit, you know. As much as I can. The multipliers, at least, would be breaking through a bit for them. Yeah, this is a lot better, because then you can just mass in the, oh, big time. Yeah, then just add in more of these. Add in some of this. Some of this. Yeah, this is quite good, actually. I like this. Can we get the fort down? Probably pretty easily here. For some reason the British bot is not doing a whole lot. But not doing a whole lot. And then, let's see if you can maybe move over here and grab this one as well. Get some more mantlets. This is like a walk in the park compared to the other thing we were doing, yeah. It might get a little bit more spicy. Well, they are starting to stick planes over me, which is making me a bit worried. Yeah. Gotta be a little bit concerned when you see the planes going above you like that. And more mantlets. Yep, of course. You could always use more mantlets. Mants. Who calls them mants? I don't know. What else can we get? We can get... Okay. Completely ignoring the threat in his base for some weird reason. But okay, if you want to do that, go for it. And of course, we're going to add in more mantlets. Man. Right on his flank there, and that should actually completely curb stomp him at that point. Yeah, yep, a bunch of Bolivian grenadiers because the team couldn't, you know, give them like their own uniform or whatever, but that's totally fine. Yeah. They actually do speak Scottish, I believe, which is pretty funny, you know, a bunch of Bolivian grenadiers actually speaking Scottish. Something you totally wouldn't expect. Yeah, see an eternity trying to suck down an iron brew and some haggis would be a very interesting sight. Our Juanita Boliviana eternity trying to be a Scot. Want some iron brew? See, some iron brew. Yeah. Alright, get these tanks over here. Alright, anything else we can do? Yeah, just make sure these vills go away peacefully if possible. The mantlets make a huge difference. Like having this. This is why native warriors is such an awesome thing to do in a match, and you should always make them. Is because while they're focused on the main force up there, you can just run around them with all these mantlets and just take out the side of the base and just completely clip everything with their attack. It's actually quite good. Yeah. May as well add some snipes in as well. Snipes. Sounds like a weird British way to call them snipers. No, they're snipes. Sniper no sniping. Sniper no sniping. Oh man. That's what the power of the field gun is for. Stop sniper from sniping. Yeah, we're pushing in. Doesn't even matter if he has anti-aircraft guns because, well, we got no aircraft, so there's nothing to use anti-aircraft guns with. Just about. Well, let's actually check the size of the shipyard too. Shipyard looks about the same, which is totally fine since it's like a dock building, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this is a lot quicker. This British bot seems a lot more, I would say, incompetent compared to the Portuguese one, at least in what was massing. And you would think otherwise because it is making maneuver units against assault. Really makes no sense to me. Is there like a production building over here or something? How is he actually sustain that? I will get a safe house and get spies and just root them out real quickly. It looks like they did indeed fix the natives UI for Great Warriors, which is phenomenal. That is great. That is actually perfect. Do I have any vills though? That would be good. Yeah, just build this. I don't have any money though. A whole lot of money printed. You know, we can be like modern economy. We can print endless money and go into inflation. Totally no problem with me. There we go. Built a navy. That's pretty rare. Let's make some dreadnoughts and stuff. And I'm into the war with some OP stuff. Alright, so here we go. Let's get this shipyard on the road. Subs. Get some more armor on these. You name it. Yep. Here we go. This big giant battleship. Let's see what we can do. Hey, you did not sink my battleship because I had enough stuff to defend it with. Yeah, definitely not sinking my battleship. Yep, just add these forward here. Did they fix the sub thing and why they cost pop? Why did the submarines cost population? I never quite understood that. Why did these submarines cost population? I don't know. But this is pretty cool. Can they actually go underneath the... Yeah, they can actually go underneath the Dreadnought, which is pretty fun. Yeah. And then, yeah, let's just build some fireplanes and just go after his stuff in the sky. Yeah, for some reason my cap lock button was on, so yeah. Can we actually fit? Yeah, we can fit an airfield here because of how small they are now. Which is phenomenal. Alright, so let's just get this. Need this. Yeah, just go after them with the fireplanes and just fly them in. Send in the Air Force. Where are you? Shoot. There you go. 1 and 2. That one. There you go. Think they even start cooking yet. Yeah. Yep. How many lives were lost this time? Saved many lives, it looks like, by spamming mantlets. You don't need nukes. You don't need hypersonic missiles. You don't need aircraft carriers. You just need a bunch of natives from the Great Lakes carrying big giant shields made out of animal hide and throwing tomahawks behind them. Who knew? Who knew that would be the way of modern warfare? Guess it is. But yeah, I mean, I think that they did a pretty good job with this patch, honestly, fixing up the Great Warriors. The other thing they did with this patch, I think, was basically nerfing just about all the native warriors, except for kind of a handful of them. They buffed, I think, the Bodequiero. They did indirectly buff some of the natives that accidentally cost population, like the Bayman and another one, so they fixed that. Yeah, basically nerf natives and buff certain parts of World War I. The tanks, the armored cars, build infrastructure in general because you can actually fit it now. But yeah, nerfing the soldier, which I think is going to add a lot more variety to the gameplay as well as the fire plane. Because all you could really do before is just spam soldiers on the ground and defend the air with like a bunch of AA guns and fire planes. Now you actually need to think a bit more about your strategy now, which is great. People that like tanks and stuff are going to be able to use them effectively. So, yeah. All right, that was a fun little preview for you. So we'll see you whenever they release another patch. It will probably either be, another Grey Warriors hotfix like the one we have here, which would be 1.1.1D, or maybe, just maybe, at some point they're actually going to release Middle Eastern civs. That would definitely be some good previews to do. So see you whichever way that is, and sign off now.